I want to laugh at the now, and I want to laugh at the past. I don't want to talk about what's down the road. Look at what just happened here. The Giants just wrote the manual on how you get rid of an old quarterback. This is the way you do it. You embarrass him for a week, you fire the people who embarrassed him, and then at the end of it, you've got a clean slate and you can start over. I don't know if the Maras did this on purpose, but if they did, it's genius to have done it. You look like a laughingstock, but you got rid of your quarterback, and now you can start over, and it's not your fault that your quarterback's going to be gone.
Well, I really like that Ben McAdoo called his own shot. He was like, I'm going to keep coming until my key card doesn't work. And then almost immediately, his key card did not work any longer. Also, I get your point about they set themselves up perfectly to say goodbye to an aging quarterback. The only problem is Adam Schefter has reported he will be starting next week. So if you wanted to get rid of him, why would you make your new rookie inactive, play the old guy that we already know isn't any good, and then bring back the starter that you just sufficiently got rid of?
Because you need a crisis that's embarrassing enough that you could fire everybody and everyone will blame somebody else. That's how you do it. You end the streak. Think about this for a second. McAdoo and Reese lasted, I don't know, about 4 or 5 days since deciding to end that streak, and now the streak resumes next week.
You know who's very happy today?
Who's that?
There's a guy in Jacksonville.
Oh, that's
that's right.
Tom
Coughlin, that's right.
yeah.
He's happy.
Yes.
He's waiting for that phone
Well,
call
he was
to
saying,
make the jump. That's
McAdoo,
right.
smart guy, 39 years old. You look like you run a hot tub distributor. You come and you replace me. Now look at you, and I'm going to take your quarterback next.
Yeah, not so happy Blake Bortles.
Yeah, that's true. Bortles, no.
So happy.
Bortles doesn't like this so much.
Yeah.
Did Ohio State get hosed?
Man, I feel like a universal argument ender anytime there's a sports debate about college football is, did you lose to Iowa by 31? If you lost to Iowa by 31, you're not allowed to be a part of any of these conversations. Although, since this is just all entertainment to begin with and made for television, I would have had no problem yesterday if the committee had come out and said, listen up, play-in game, Ohio State and Alabama, and then the other 3 teams.
I like that idea. This is exactly what the committee wants. They want all sorts of content and coverage of us debating why nothing ever seems to be the same every year, why there's no set trends that we can follow to know what's coming next. The only thing we have seen every year is you cannot suffer a big, bad loss to a bad team. Previously, the biggest loss that a team had and still made the top 4 was 14 points. Ohio State has 2 of them, 15 and 31, and that's why they didn't make it. And listen, I don't necessarily agree with it because Bama's resume is not that good. If there's one thing the committee has shown us, it's that they penalize you for losing to bad teams more than they give you points for beating good ones. So even though Alabama's resume isn't that great, they don't have that big, fat, ugly loss, and that's why they're in.
Well, she's talking about the conference championship. Not only that, it seems that not playing in a conference championship is less bad than losing to Iowa by 31.
I swear, this guy, I'm telling
I
you
know.
something. I thought that I was going to have a banner year.
I know.
This is the year that Tricky Nicky is not going
This-
to
I
make
mean, it
it.
looked like it,
He's
right?
sitting
I
on
know.
the sideline
Yeah.
watching the
Yeah.
action, and all of a sudden he's in the big dance.
And
You know, how
favored,
this
and now
thing happens,
favored
you
to
know?
win the whole thing.
That's
Favored
right.
to beat everybody.
You know what I mean? It's not fair. You know, if I were Urban Meyer, you know, I'm going to strike. I'm going to strike. I said, what the hell's going on here? You know, that's not fair.
A strike?
A strike.
That's not going to accomplish anything.
He's going to strike the playoff, which they're not in. I refuse to be involved in something I'm not involved in.
You got
Started with a
Urban
big
Meyer-
sign. I'm going to strike.
You got
This is
Urban
fair.
Meyer
I'm going to
carrying a
strike.
placard
That was,
outside the Clemson-Alabama game.
Yeah.
Should Gronk be suspended?
This is one of the dirtiest plays I've ever seen. He was not ejected from the game. This goes up there with Ndamukong Suh and Albert Haynesworth, some of the dirtiest things you've ever seen. And it's worse because it ends in a brain injury. Look at this. And furthermore, it's just a temper tantrum. He's bothered because this guy pushed off to do this. And then he does that, and he concusses him. And he probably didn't mean to concuss him, but that doesn't matter. Look at that. That's a polar bear coming off the tranquilizers and the training, doing serious violence, and he should be gone for a couple of games at least.
Yeah, absolutely inexcusable. This is a game that is fighting so hard to beat back conversations about CTE and brain injuries during the course of the game. You cannot do something when the play is over, when the guy is down and touched and out of bounds to cause concussion protocol. And listen, we like to talk about how Gronk is this big, dumb meathead, and yeah, he is, and yeah, most of the time it's endearing in the way of he's a party guy, but he shows up on Sundays and performs, and for the most part keeps it together during the football season, saves the partying for later. This is going to be a mark on his resume going forward that we will not be able to ignore. It is indefensible, and those who are defending it because we haven't seen this much from him on the field before are wrong. He needs to be suspended, and he should have been ejected.
Is Russell Wilson having a more valuable season than Carson Wentz?
Valuable is a tough word for my father in his second language. This is off of last night's game. Of course, Seattle wins because football. It's hard to win on the road against good teams who really need the win, and the Seattle Seahawks are known to be champions. This said, though, Russell Wilson wasn't himself last year because he wasn't healthy. Russell Wilson seems to be perfectly healthy this year, and you are seeing a different quarterback from the one you saw last year. You're seeing the quarterback you saw who made Super Bowl runs. When he's at his best, he is as difficult to stop as anybody.
MVP is always hard because it's about total semantics. Is it the best player in the league? Is it the player that is most valuable to his team? And also that team has to be a good one. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how valuable you are. Seattle is good enough that he is a good enough player on a good team to get this award. And the numbers that I wrote down so I would get them right are super important and impressive. 96.3% of Seattle's touchdowns this season leading into last night came from Russell Wilson. On pace to beat the NFL record for percentage of yards by a single player in an offense, over 85%. Every 10 yards that they make, he's responsible for 8.5. 432 rushing yards, more than double the next guy. It's his team now. It's not the Legion of Boom. It's not a defensive team. This is Russell Wilson. And if you counted all the yards he got running in circles before he went forward, he would have more yards than anyone in the history of the NFL.
Are you kidding me? You guys are talking about Russell Wilson. Did you see the play that Carson Wentz made, that throw to Aguilar, coming down, scrambling out of the pocket? Look at this thing. I have never seen anything like this in my life.
You've never seen anything like this in your life.
That's right. Look at that.
That's a long life.
That looked like every single play Russell Wilson has to make behind that trash offensive line.
He's never seen it except for the dozen other times that Wilson did it yesterday.
Hey, Carson, don't worry about it. I'm still on the Wentz wagon, even though these losers are jumping off it. I got your back, buddy. I got your back.
He called me a weasel.
Choo-choo.
Wait, it turned into a train? I thought it was a wagon. I'm so confused.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable, the fans deserve better than that.
He's 2-5, and he threw for 84 yards yesterday.
Also, Aaron Rodgers, potentially the greatest quarterback of all time.
Oh, really?
That's right.
I missed that. Time for more headlines. Do we need to take the Packers seriously again?
These damn Packers, they betrayed my beloved Aaron Rodgers. For many years, they haven't gotten him skilled players worthy of his mastery. And here we have yesterday, they're beating the Bucs, and now he comes back December 17th. He was thrown around in practice, and he looked good. Do we have to take them seriously? If they can get into the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers, they can beat anybody because Aaron Rodgers can beat anybody. But this team of frauds all around him need Aaron Rodgers to be himself and healthy to carry everybody else.
Yeah, I'm going to agree more with the second part, and I'm not going to disagree that Aaron Rodgers can do anything. As a Bears fan, I've seen him do it repeatedly, pretty much every year against my team. But that being said, I don't think that this team is good enough that a potentially not perfectly healthy and safe playing Aaron Rodgers can bring them past teams like Carolina and Minnesota, two of the best defenses in the league, over that final stretch to get them into the mix.
Well, that's not fair, I mean, why should now Aaron Rodgers has to come into the picture, Let him stay on the side there. You got this guy Huntley, this kid, he carried this team when they needed him to do it, he went through the fire now, and now he's turning the corner with this team, and now they want to push him aside and put the other guy in. That's not fair, the fans deserve better than that.
He's 2-5, and he threw for 84 yards yesterday.
Also, Aaron Rodgers, potentially the greatest quarterback of all time.
Oh, really?
That's right.
I missed that.
Okay, you missed that. You just saw 26-20.
Should Marcus Peters have been ejected?
This was so magical, all of this, okay? The Chiefs were on their own goal line, sitting there on their own goal line, defending throughout the month of November as the Jets ran about 5,000 plays inside their 5-yard line. And at the end, Marcus Peters had just had enough of this. He was just enough. And so he doesn't like that flag.
I mean, you shouldn't get a flag there. You had him out. There was no play. Gave him another shot again.
Frustrated.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. And that's what those owners were meeting about, the disrespecting of the flag.
I like the official throwing his hat because he doesn't have a flag anymore.
I always love when the refs have to do that. Here's Andy Reid wondering, where's my player?
Wait, he wasn't ejected.
He wasn't ejected, but now he's coming back, and he seems to be wearing not what he's supposed to be.
No socks, and his shoes are on the wrong feet, but he's ready to go anytime, Coach. Oh, you don't want me to go back in? Because that's not surprising.
Chiefs football, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
First of all, can we talk about the fact that there is no specific rule in the book that says you must be ejected if you throw the official's flag into the crowd, because why would there be an official rule like that? But that if you send yourself out of the match, if you eject yourself, then you probably deserve to be ejected. I don't think the officials should have come back and been like, no, you're good. Just let him make the ruling on his own.
I know one person who was very happy that he threw the flag.
Who's this? Uh-oh, look out, Sarah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Celebrity for a day, the flag catcher.
Most popular guy in town.
The flag.
Yes, look at that.
I have never seen that.
So much fame.
That's going on the Christmas tree.
Okay, and just how not exciting are Jets games? That's what's happening in the center of it.
Do you have major expectations for Tiger Woods?
Was this quotations?
Was he looking at the computer when he read that question, or was he just looking straight ahead and he doesn't read the computer at all anymore? He just does his bits. Do I have major expectations for Tiger Woods? I'm hoping like the rest of you. He left a while ago and he took golf with him, and now he looked like himself this last weekend in a tournament that didn't matter. And this sport allows you more than any other. After 40 years old, you can still actually do something in golf. He looked promising enough to give you promise.
I don't really believe he's showing much promise because the same exact thing happened last year. He played in the same tournament, he finished it, and then it was right back to 2 injured to finish the next tournament. I am 100% looking forward to when Tiger Woods returns, and on Sundays we can see him down the stretch in a major tournament, and he entertains us all. But until he starts winning serious tournaments and finishing them, multiple tournaments in a row, I'm sick of talking about it. Leave it to the Golf Channel and come and call me when Tiger Woods is actually good again.
Sick of talking about it. I just got excited about talking about it again for the last 9 years. I haven't had anything to talk about. She's already sick of talking about something I just want to talk about more right now.
Where have you been in the last 4 years where every time he picks up a club, someone's like, he's back! Oh, yeah, let's spend all of our hours talking about a guy who's going to bust through his back midway through the first round, and then we're going to be doing this all over again a year from now. Call me when Tiger Woods is good.
Okay. All right. I'm going to call her. I am going to make that phone call. Sarah, it's time for you to start paying attention. He's good again.
And I will answer it.
Ring, ring, ring.
Of course.
Yeah? How you doing? How you doing, Tiger?
Oh, I wonder who it is.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let them know. He said he's good again.
No.
He called. What do you mean, no? It came through official on a... What?
Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that fakes most of his smiles. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, and we question them.
Do you question if this celebration was cool?
The Jags are good. They're crushing people. They crushed Indianapolis yesterday. Let's see what they had to celebrate about.
Second down and goal at the 5. Fournette easily in for 6.
That's Leonard Fournette.
All right. Taking a little bit of prep time. Points off. Oh, we're boxing out. Okay, we did a free throw. I like it. I like it.
Cool.
Good form.
I don't think I'd go cool, but they're trying. And man, that score, it scored 24-3. Sorry, that's not the funny part of that video. I know.
That wasn't my favorite celebration yesterday.
Oh, look out, people! Where?
First and goal on
the Dolphins.
Here's the fade, and it's caught for the
This is Julius Thomas, former Bronco.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I like that.
Dear Lord. Oh, my God.
That was a TBT to his Bronco days.
End zone. Going to give birth in 9 months.
Someone playing Genuine? Because if not, load it up.
Do you question if this was a good return or bad coverage?
Oh, poor Sarah. She is a Chicago Bears fan. They don't have a lot to celebrate these days. And yesterday, they get beat by 5 field goals. 5 field goals from San Francisco. Here's
Going.
Where are we going?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
This is the kind of skill the Bears draft for. Has nothing to do. There's never 2 footballs. No one's doing any flips in a real game. And yet we're really impressed. We're going to draft that guy who can never do that in an actual game.
Wait a minute. This is what I love. They've got a guy who can catch 2 accurately thrown footballs and nobody who can throw them that way.
It's my quarterback.
Time to play the game that left Dan an early Christmas present in his master bathroom. See or no?
You tell us what to watch on television tonight. Don't laugh at that. Don't laugh at that.
On ESPN Monday Night Football, Steelers and Bengals.
There are two things I love in sports more than any other. They're two strange things. When the fan's got the face painted and is lost by a lot and is sad. Ward with bad news. What a jerk this guy is. Sarah, are you intrigued?
Yes, very intrigued to see if Pac-Man Jones manages to score again and then have his great, beautiful life moment penalized and taken away.
I hate when that happens. Poppy, are you intrigued?
See, I'm very intrigued. Are you kidding me? You know, the Red Rocket is going to come in tonight and he's going to show everybody.
It's not the Red Rocket. We talked about this, Poppy.
That's right.
That's the
not
red rifle.
the Red Rocket.
The red rifle, Poppy.
It's the Red Rifle.
The Red
That's
Rifle,
so
okay.
important. It's really important you get that right.
The red rocket is when a dog gets excited.
On Fox Sports Arizona, Suns and Sixers.
Oh, you might be asking yourself, what would it look like if Tyson Chandler was playing on a nowhere team at the end of his career and didn't care at all about defense? What would that look like? I have the answer for you.
Smart, wide open.
There's Tyson Chandler not grabbing that rebound. There's Tyson Chandler not grabbing that rebound. There's Tyson Chandler just the defensive 3 seconds. All right, it went in. When can my career end, please? I would like my career to end so that I walk around expending more effort on places like the park, walking around, than the key of an NBA basketball game. Sarah, are you intrigued?
I could watch that all night instead of the game, but I am intrigued. Anytime I can watch this young Sixers team, I am in.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. I think that I have seen that defense before.
Let's see what we've got here. Oh, there it is. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here is a young Tyson Chandler.
Oh my gosh,
yes,
hands in the pocket.
This is how the Suns found him. This is how they discovered him. And like, we need that in our paint right here. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Tyson Chandler is a young boy.
In North America, the North American Tier 3 Junior Hockey League.
Really? Tier 3 Junior Hockey League. Okay. I mean, we all went to
this
college.
Better be good.
He's got a master's degree. Tier 3. Let's see what we've got here. I'm told lumberjacks are involved.
Oh, yeah. Goalie fights. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Ooh, that's a
Sarah,
solid
why are you so excited, Sarah?
Goalie fights are the best. I hate fighting, but goalie fights, they have to skate out of their nets. They have to meet somewhere. The game stops. Everyone's into it. They're bored all game long just standing around, and then they get to throw haymakers with all those pads on. It's the best.
I mean, wow. That
Nobody
was a
got
lot of
taken down?
enthusiasm from Sarah. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Are you kidding me? Tier 3 hockey, you know, this is where the action is, where the future stars are born, you know. Where can I find that game on TV? You got the channel? You know, where's the channel? I got to see that.
It is.
That's right.
ESPN Tier 3.
The beginning of the making of the stars, right there. Tier 3. No one, no 3. You know, Tier 3.
3 tiers.
Where amazing happens.
You might be thinking to yourself, I want 1 tier, I want 2 tiers. No, 3.
Junior hockey.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. Sarah's here all week. Thanks for watching.
Ring, ring, ring. Dan, get the phone for me, will you? Ring, 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 ring,
Really?
ring.